Hi, it's me again from Shades of Beauty, also known as For Me It Works. About 2 years ago, I started a healthy hair journey in which I started using several different natural and essential oils in my hair regime. And shortly thereafter, I started to notice an improvement in my nails and cuticles. And upon further research, I determined that several of the oils that I was using were actually beneficial for my nails. So I decided at that point to develop my own cuticle oil. This way I would know exactly what was in my cuticle oil and there were no unnecessary chemicals. So I decided to blog about it on my blog, and I got a lot of people wanting to know exactly what was in my cuticle oil. And then I mentioned it on makeupalley.com, and again, several people wanted to know what was in my cuticle oil. And I would always give them the recipe. So I decided to go ahead and make this YouTube video to again explain what I put in my cuticle oil. So let's get started. I mix all of my oils together in a 4-ounce bottle or any container that you have lying around, but this is a 4-ounce bottle that I purchased from Sally's. The base of my cuticle oil mix is 100% pure jojoba oil. All of these oils can be purchased at Vitamin Shop, GNC, any health food store in your area. They shouldn't be too difficult to find. These aren't any, out of the way, deep jungles of Africa oils that you can't find, but these should be readily available. So again, I start with jojoba oil. Next, I add to that sweet almond oil. Sweet almond oil is really good. It contains vitamins A, B1, B2, B6, and E, and treats several different skin conditions and helps to rejuvenate skin conditions. But if you have a nut allergy, I would leave this oil out and just increase the jojoba oil. So again, if you have a nut allergy, I would stay away from the sweet almond oil. I add about an ounce of each of those two oils. Next, I add vitamin E oil. Vitamin E oil is also good for rejuvenating skin, and it penetrates and moisturizes skin very well. I add maybe a half an ounce of vitamin E oil. Next, I add a few drops of tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is an antibacterial, so one, it helps preserve your oil mixture so it won't go rancid, but two, it also helps to heal any cracks or injuries you might have around the cuticle area. So again, tea tree oil, just a few drops, maybe 5 or 6 drops of tea tree oil, because I don't like the smell of tea tree oil, although I do love the benefits. It can also be used for healing pimples and blemishes. Next, these 3 oils, I use one for adding scent to my mix, but also they help to increase the blood circulation. That's how I found out about them as far as my hair was concerned. I had added these into my massage oil for my hair, and they help to increase the blood circulation, which is the same benefit they have around your nails. So again, this is rosemary oil, just a few drops, 3 or 4, 5 drops. Lavender oil, same thing, 4 or 5 drops. And my favorite is peppermint oil, and I get kind of heavy-handed with the peppermint oil, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 drops of peppermint oil. And just add those into the oil, into the oil container. I tried once, I opened a biotin tablet and poured it in there. It really I didn't like the consistency. I always had to remember to shake up the oil. If that's something you want to do, you can do it. I just take a biotin tablet daily, so it's really not necessary, in my opinion, to add it to the oil. But, if you want to, go ahead. Lastly, although I use those 3 oils for scent, the oil that I use truly for scent is the 100% lemon oil. You can find orange oil, sage, clove, whatever scent you want to use, you can add that in, but I use lemon. Lemon is also an antiseptic, so again, it has benefits in addition to just the scent. Again, I mix all those oils into my 4-ounce bottle, but how I use it is I have an old solar oil bottle lying around, and I pour the oil into my solar oil bottle, and every day, I try to do this twice a day. The reason behind that is nails are very porous. Imagine a sponge, a dry sponge, can absorb a lot of water. So if you apply it to your nails when your nails are dry and haven't been, soaking in water, it can absorb more benefits of the oil. So do this in the morning before you shower. Apply the oil. The way I do it is I apply it to the cuticle area and underneath each nail, and I massage it in. That's simple. It's not it's not a long drawn out process. And that's what I do every morning. Every evening before bed, I keep this on my nightstand. Is I do the same process. I apply it to each cuticle and underneath, and then I apply a good hand cream, and that's it. If I want an extensive or intensive hydration moisturization treatment, I will also add olive oil to that process and rub the olive oil into my hands, and then I'll apply, wear cotton gloves overnight, and the next morning your hands are really soft. So that's pretty much how I make my cuticle oil mix and how I use it. If you have any questions, please comment below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Grace, peace, and blessings.